Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Dow Jones today? So just starting off on the weekly, you can see we've got this weekly trend line that we touched on. And I can actually extend this sort of like that. So you can see we have a couple of touches on this level here. So it is it's a fairly strong level. And at the same time, you can see we've got some inside tails. So there's inside tails there. There's an inside tail there. You can argue that that's an inside tail. And here we broke through. We used it as support. We tried again here. And we've bounced off it again. So it is a fairly significant level. And the other thing to highlight on the weekly is we had this flat top triangle here. And then we had the breakthrough. This could be seen as the retest of this triangle as well. Okay, so it is the weekly, so bear in mind that you're going to have fairly large moves. If you were trading the weekly and if you're expecting this flat top triangle to be retested, your stop would be kind of below. Let me just get a level in here. Your stop would be below 2400. Okay, so you'd be in long here with a stop below 2400. But I don't think many of us have got that much appetite to hold a trade for 1,500 point risk on the Dow. Anyway, let's just start off on the hour. So we had this move down yesterday. I said to you, expect some sort of a consolidation or a second attempt down. We got a bit of a consolidation. We did break the upside, but then another push to the downside. So that was another 2% fall, which is extremely volatile at the moment. So if you look at this, your rally was a 480 point rally. And then we basically reversed with a 750 point fall. Okay, so for the Dow, that is extremely volatile, and you're typically expecting 100, 150 points a day. Anyway, so the thing to notice is that was the first attempt at getting through our moving averages, and this is our second attempt. Okay, now the level that we're looking for is, this was the original level, okay, which was 25396. And what I want to do is just step up to the 4 hour. And I want to this was a gap. Let's just have a look where that is. That doesn't help us at all. I just want to move down to there. Okay. So we do have a level here that we have touched. But the argument I have is we touched it a few times and we broke through it. So what I want to do is just pull in that level, and then we have one more, which is going to be this pin bar here. If I look left, you can see it was used as support there, broke through, used as support. So that is an area that we need to pay attention to. Okay, so let's just go back to where we are today. So the first level was hit, coincides with this trend line, so we didn't quite hit it. But I suppose, the trend line's on the weekly, so take it with a pinch of salt. It's in the area. So what you're looking for is some kind of bullish action if you want to get long. A few things on the 4 hour that are standing out for me. There's a grouping of the oscillators and a crossover here. We have a Bollinger divergence here. Okay, and we also have normal diversions as well. So not really. Okay, so almost a double bottom, but it is actually a lower low. So just the Bollinger divergence, not normal divergence. So Bollinger divergence, there it is. Okay, and we'll have a look at a couple other strategies now just to see what we can see. So also inside bar, you see we have the first signal here inside bar, and ultimately for confirmation, we're looking for a break above 25,706. Okay, so I'm kind of in two minds. This could be the consolidation I'm looking for, so it may be worth my while taking a stab at a trade to the long side. I'm not sure that I'll do that now. Have a look at what happens at the European Open. You can see what happened at the Open yesterday. We just went sideways. So probably still a bit of a wait and see for me at the moment. And I do expect the buyers to step in shortly. I honestly don't expect this thing to continue falling. If we just look at the daily, we have a potential double bottom here. We're outside the Bollinger. We're starting to point up. We're starting to round on the stochastics. We're off a level. We're also off the 200-day moving average here as well. So there are a lot of signals here that are indicating that we may have bottomed. But for me, I'm looking for confirmation. So what am I doing today? Just leave this. Let it play out first morning. If you look at the half hour, you can see we are grouping to the top again. So I do suspect some more downside. And probably just to come test one of these three levels to downside. So come and test 24,970, 24,800 or 820. That area is definitely going to interest me for some longs, or even 24,566. Okay, so that's kind of my view on this at the moment. And what I want to just point out is that Asia is, well, Nikkei's down a bit or flat. But the Hang Seng is up 1%, but that's probably because of Tencent, which is up 4%. So I think that's my take on this. I suspect we'll probably do rally to this. What is this? 25,700 area, bounce off it. A break above that is really going to give me the confidence that we may have turned. Okay, and again, being a Friday, more than likely going to play out because your normal retail traders like me are not going to be wanting to leave trades in over the weekend. So the institutions that have got the deep pockets are going to be starting to nibble at this thing for anticipating a gap up on Monday. But anyway, so that's it for me, really. Just watching this to see whether this consolidation breaks out. If we do break above 25.7 and we hold it on the hour, that would give me some confidence that we haven't moved the upside. Okay, so before we close off, let's just have a look at the first one we want to do is have a look at the Bollinger. I'm looking for Bollinger on the 4 hour. So you can see we also have price Bollinger here. So we're outside the Bollinger Band and we're inside the Bollinger here, okay, and off a level. So that is a fairly significant Bollinger W pattern. And just bear in mind that it's a 770 point potential move to the upside. And if we just apply a little bit of logic to this, you'll see we kind of line up with this inside tail there. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. The 4 hour is starting to look very, very interesting. We had three tails to the downside, story of threes here, outside the Bollinger. There was my second move. So there is a good possibility that this is the move up. So I'm looking for longs, okay? The next one I want to have a look at is let's just go for the ichimoku here. Okay, so again, looking at the ichimoku, you can see we have things flattening out, okay? So it hasn't turned just yet, still pointing to the downside, but we are getting some deviation between Kijun-sen and Chiken-sen. And if I just drill down to a lower time frame on ichimoku, you'll start to see we have got crossovers here. We haven't broken through price. We've got a twist in the cloud. So the low time frames are already starting to move. The only problem is that the oscillators are grouped to the upside, indicating another move to the downside. But that is also possible because we're on the underside of the cloud. So, and you can see the hour we've broken through Kijun-sen, but we haven't got a crossover. Okay, so looking at the size of the cloud on the hour as well, don't expect fireworks just yet. Probably some more sideways motion, maybe a little bit of a climb down until Tekinson turns around and crosses over Kijinson, and you see the cloud starting to point to the upside as well. And that's going to be on the hour. That's what the signal is you're looking for. When you start seeing that on the 4 hour, then you're going to see, you can have some really good confidence that it's actually going to move. Okay. So yeah, so that's my take on this at the moment. Hope it helps. And whatever you do, just keep your stops pretty tight because it's going to be volatile. So either keep your stops fairly wide, because keeping them tight is going to get you taken out more often than not. But look to the left, look for the big levels, pick up your levels on the weekly if you're going to take this trade. And that's another interesting point. You can see how we're bouncing off Tekinson at the moment on the weekly. So just pick them up, pick your levels up, sort of on the inside tails, yeah. Okay, that's my take on this at the moment. Looking for longs and just looking for a half decent entry in. Anyway, guys, hope it helped, and I'll catch up with you later. Enjoy your weekend, and cheers for now.